Good evening, everyone. Well, I see some words about PC crashing already in the chat. Yeah, let's hope that today it works a bit better than last time. Some things have been slightly fixed. I talked to my friend George, who is PC technician, again. There was no LMU dump file, there was no Windows mini dump. There was nothing in the event viewer in that, well, Windows logging, whatever. But we found one thing, that at the start of the race, one of the cores lowered the power or something like that. It entered the lower state. So we assumed that there is something not fully correct. So we have updated the BIOS. The CPU is not boosting, it's on the default Intel settings. And I will have a bit less frame rate because no boosting and lower clocks. But hopefully, hopefully the PC doesn't crash, you know. Although again, I've been streaming for a month. It only crashed for a month after the last crash. So what should I say? Yeah, I clickbaited with the Corvette. I signed up with the Corvette, and I realized that everybody else is signing up with the Ferrari. We have Turka Hakkinen and Christian Michel, and they are very fast. And they have the Ferrari. And I did a lap or two with Corvette, and it was not too pleasant to drive. So I just said myself, oh well, let's just unregister and take the Ferrari and let's hope for the best. It's gonna be a very tricky thing because this is Le Mans, which is the hardest, or yeah, hardest for the frame rate of all tracks. And at the same time it's night. So I quickly went, and everything that was not on minimum is now on minimum, so sorry about the blurry textures, but well, 149 FPS at the moment is acceptable. Either way. Hi Joao, hi Jankesh. Jankesh, good luck for the race. Hi Janes. And Mr. Bombastic and Mario. And Dan, yeah, 1843 is a very interesting starting time. Although it's nothing extraordinary because all the intermediate races are starting at very interesting times. As you might know. Yeah, this handle's just much smoother than the Corvette. I don't know. Glad I unregistered and re-registered with this car. No game sound. You what? Oh dear. And the game sound is back, right? And the FFB is gone. Yeah, okay, reset. Well, thank you for noticing. I don't know why that happened. That has never happened before. I mean, I hope it's working. Alright. That sometimes happens when I change the source, because I'm not sure if you can see in the stream, but I have these speakers hanging on the side of, like, it's not visible. You see the red cable. I have the old headphones disassembled and hanging behind me, so I use them as like speakers if I don't want to have stuff on my ears, which is more comfortable. Alright. And sometimes I switch sources, and I guess OBS freaked out a little bit. As we underfuel or fuel less for that single shot quali. That's gonna be fun. So now I have 100 FPS, 106. Headlights on. Jordi Zvirs is... Ooh, Jordi has joined. I have not seen him on track for years. He was doing the GT Pro, I think, some years ago. So I hope the sound volumes is fine, the car is not too loud. I think it's quite loud in my ears because my headset is quite tuned up. And that's fine now. And Kasper Stolze joined. What's that? What was the team? Nitor Velox reunion. Sound is good, copy. Thank you, Hachemi. Yeah, they were in a team like 5 years ago. Jordi and Kasper and Turka Hakkinen and Michel. So cool to see them joining together. Well, as we are doing this very long outlap, I have to well, not cry a little bit, but well, yesterday I was doing 12 hours of hot lapping because we were trying with my teammate Jesper to qualify for the IMSA Global Esports Series on iRacing, which was for me the first ever proper esports attempt at something in iRacing. And top 28 GT3 teams were selected. We were like 2/10 to 3/10 off of the top drivers, which is like, I thought we were gonna be half a second at least off. We were within 3/10. And what mattered was the overall like summed up time between two drivers. And if each of us gained 36 milliseconds in one lap of Indianapolis, we would have made it. 36 milliseconds. But we didn't make it. Unlucky. So the leaderboard ended at like 1 AM in the night, and I woke up with the biggest of headaches. But now it's a bit better. So yeah, I promised a little bit of iRacing, but I will still stream a little bit of iRacing. Maybe I will try to compare the hypercars between iRacing and LMU a bit more. But it will not be as esports as I expected. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I mean, we are here at Rafa Esports to try to dominate everything, but we are based on RF2 and LMU, and well, Le Mans Virtual Series has been postponed and the game is not esports ready yet. So we are trying to find good races in iRacing, and IMSA Global is a good shot, especially because Rafa is well, partnering with IMSA, and it's quite a big deal. And we tried, but again, we are not iRacers. I have 3.3k I rating, and I was trying to beat people with 10k I rating, so it was impossible uphill battle. We gave it all. We bought the car last Wednesday, had a couple of days to improve the lap times, and we didn't make it. And now I don't know if I should be extremely proud of myself for being within 3/10 of top drivers, or if I should be angry with myself for not gaining 36 milliseconds. Either way, single shot quali starts now, so focus, focus, focus. No lockups, no spins, no cuts. Understeer, wow, okay. What is this? Maybe I should have stayed with the Corvette. I turned into that flat-out king and there was just nothing from the front. Oh, speed rotation is fine. I guess it's the same old story with these fixed setups. They are stable, but at high speed they have negative rake. So you just, well, it feels like there is no front wing. Or, well, that the front splitter has been wrongly installed, so it has lift instead of downforce on the front. Yeah, a new esport thing will open and I'll be in it. We'll be trying our best. I guess I can be proud to some extent. But you know, every single leaderboard in the past in RF2, almost every single leaderboard, I had the experience that it was a struggle, but in the end we made it. And that the making it made it worth all the frustrations and all the wasted outlaps and all the wasted hot laps which ended in a barrier. But this time we didn't make it, so it's hard to find some worth in it, but I guess in the end the lap times were still good, so, and we learned a lot. 3 hours in the night alone without sound. Wheelbase disconnecting did... Oh, well, that's what endurance is about, right? Stuff goes wrong, but you fix it, you keep going. Too late, but oh, the front actually has unexpected grip. Mechanical balance is beautiful, but aero balance is very understeering. Well, Doc, actually, that reminds me again of our first Le Mans Virtual in 2020. We overtook red line for P1. Jesper was in the lead, then his fan attack disconnected. Yeah, that understeer is insane. So, you know, when in RF2 a wheel disconnects, the input is max left instantly. And it happened right around this section here. I think right around here, and luckily he didn't crash into any barrier for whatever reason. It was insanely lucky. And then, well, I have talked about it already in the past, I think, but he drove 2 laps with inverted steering axis before a teammate joined and took it away. So we lost a lot, but we stayed on the lead lap, and in the end we profited on a red flag and came back into P2, so that was crazy. But here we are. Yeah, 1 second of Michael. That's alright. Hakkinen has messed up his lap. Return to garage. Where is my beautiful calculator? How long is this lap? So 120, 240, 233. 6 laps. And of course, I didn't check the fuel usage. Only 6 liters, interesting. 36. I hope that's enough. 36 for 22-minute race at Le Mans. I don't know, I'll take 40. Just in case. P5 in the end. So close to P3. Ah, Jordi got a nice lap in. Probably they have raced before for some laps. Well, I did 1 lap or 2 with the Corvette, so... Hi Fabio. Hi Xesh. Well, it's not... it's GTE fixed, right? But I guess everyone likes to have the Ferrari. Is this softs? I guess it's softs. I mean, it's night, so track temp is low. I checked the tire temps. I thought they were gonna be super low, but they were actually like 95 on the rear, so I was like, well, what's going on there? But oh well. Could be worth putting mediums on the rear, but it's just 6 laps, so... And yeah, we have increased time to calculate the fuel usage, so maybe I can check it again. I was right, yeah, 233 times... Or... Yeah, 6 laps. Should be enough. Will I be doing the Goosebumps? Well, I'll be doing the beginner, whatever is after this. Headlights on, so it doesn't DQ me. I wanted to take the Aston, but it's slow, and then the Porsche is usually not great on the straight. Come on, people, follow the game, follow what the game says you to do. That was a big, what's the word? Accordion effect. I kind of have PTSDs from these starting procedures and something going wrong and then penalty happening upon green. LMP2 at Portimao, yeah. What's it? That's the rookie something. It's probably the first thing in my stream name, but I forgot how I named the stream. I'll do LMP2 at Portimao and then I'll do the 2 intermediate races. Horror show, of course. Between Michi's and your setup, team chose yours. Oh, well. That means quite something. Let me not forget, I didn't want to request a pit stop, but I guess I misclicked. Where is the line? What a start! Stuff flying everywhere. But we are in the tow. That Ferrari is so brightly red. I don't know. Should I go for the move? Side the draft? A bit of a lockup, a bit of a correction. But we're still in the draft, so that was a good move. Thank you, Mr. Demet, for cooperation. high feature, then I don't know, again I wanted to take the Corvette, but the default setup was tricky. I mean, it's tricky on this Ferrari as well. I don't really understand these setups. Mechanically it's very oversteery, but aero-wise it's very understeery. Swears is fast. I'll have to try hard to stay within the slipstream. He took all the curb on the left. I thought the car would be bottoming there. Hi Daniele. Yeah, all the Nutor Velox team is here. I mean, Dan, it's the temperatures are high, they are not low. Despite 20 Celsius track time. That's a bit deep. Where is my TC? That upshift to fourth is so long. Yeah, I guess Zwiris has quite some pace here. Let's see if I can get some muscle memory back on how to drive this car. Come on! I hope no big damage. I think the damage multiplier is kind of toned down for these beginner races anyway. But the front literally stops operating. No, the steering wheel is straight. It is, yeah. But it will not take long till Hakkinen is on my rear wing. There comes Hakkinen. Yeah, they have for sure done several races here. Well, at least one race, but they know what they are doing. I feel like I don't know yet what I'm doing with this car. Then you cranked up air temp. Well, 26. Fair enough. Anyway, I have not answered you feature yet. Well, day full of headache because I drove for that iRacing leaderboard till 1 AM and it was not pleasant. But other than... Ooh, okay. Alright, well, he was pushing like crazy there, I guess. I tried to be safe all the time to be surely staying on track, but looks like he was on the limit. But I hope, Ficho, you had a good day. I cannot complain really, it was a really nice sunny, warm day here, so we had a very nice walk and a bit of a rest from 12 hours of hot lapping from yesterday. GT3s, I mean, would make sense, right? ABS makes a lot of sense in the beginner class. I have no confidence in the brakes here. Previous lap I almost went off by braking too late. Now I broke kind of at the same time but stopped too early. Gonna be a big defense. My front is not doing anything. That's a yellow track limit. Why? So I still don't have a representative lap time. Oh dear. He messed up Tertre Rouge a little bit, but let's see how much he can close in from 4/10 behind. Yeah, but look, tire temps, like 90 Celsius. This is almost mediums territory, I would think. It's so weird. Seems like the car can take a lot of these curbs. Hakkinen had a great exit. Yeah, about the temperatures I have many questions. The biggest of them is how can air temp be 26 and track temp 20? Well, time to defend. Nice dummy. Time to take the side draft. The confidence that he had. Unbeatable. I went as full crazy as I could around the outside, but I expected him to be slightly earlier on the brakes, but he just went through like he was a hypercar. Poof. Alright, I tried to stay with him. He's taking the grass there, even. Yeah. No, I don't have the pace, I just have to accept that, well, I'm not as prepared as he is. Let's not risk a crash. Let's try to at least stay in P2. Climate change, yeah. No, it just like physically it would require some cooling from the ground. Like, I mean, I guess in the morning when air temperature increases and the ground is still cold, if the previous day was very cold, then that would make sense. But in the night, the ground would be always hotter than the air. Hi Alex and hi Yeko. French summer days can be pretty hot. Yeah, I mean, again, if the day is hot, it's of course going to heat up the ground a lot, so, you know, when you're driving in the evenings and in the night, usually air can be cold, but the ground is still very warm. But Le Mans Ultimate has different physics. Well, I mean, I guess simulating the transfer between air and ground, the transfer of temperature, is not as important as simulating the car and tire physics. Le Mans was very dry this year. I mean, I have not watched the whole race, but I don't think I have seen a single dry lap. So yeah, I mean, I know there was sarcasm, but... And they had showing historic cars and tracks. Like they teased us a little bit, like in that questionnaire from a month or two ago. I voted for a lot of that historic stuff. Would be so nice. FPS. Come on. No. I tried to brake like 2 meters later. Well, that's awkward. Maybe I need to move brake bias to the rear or something. Like, Hakkinen broke 10 meters later than that. I just cannot do it. How is it a cut? I was on track. Or are the tires like... I don't know. I don't understand the geometry. And the Ferrari is beautiful over that curb. Some cars just cannot take it. CLK GTR. Well, that would be for sure top 3 picks for a historic car. Why am I cutting this much? Why was that not a cut? I'm pretty sure I was off track now. But maybe the limits are slightly more lenient at that exit. But potentially I have the pace to stay with Michael. About RPM lights, issue is that Ferrari has a very early peak of power. So if there have not been further updates, then it means that when my first light here turns on, I have to upshift, otherwise the power just drops massively. And the special case is maybe this straight where I don't upshift, because I would have to upshift now, but not much of the straight is remaining, so the upshift would just kill my acceleration too much. Yeah, the right height is so high that I can use that curb. Interesting. I need to calibrate myself more with this car. I felt like I'm gonna understeer again, but suddenly grip just appeared. I thought it was going to be just a nice apex in the end, but then the car just took the curb and rode it and didn't even bother with how bumpy it is supposed to be. Finally not a cut, but well, I cut in the first sector already. Maybe I can manage to get a lap time in the last lap. And that was another cut. And it's not gonna count my last lap because I cut the last chicken. Alright. Luckily there are 5 points available. I mean, well, 3 points. But well, that was the last cut now. I try pushing a bit more to see if I can close up on Michael, but he is not making mistakes and he's just driving faster and faster, so I'm gonna take the P3. Well, about the DR, I don't think I'm even top rated here. I think Hakkinen was ahead of me, or maybe Michael was ahead of me. Because with the game crash or like PC crash on Sunday, I must have lost like 50% or 40%, so I'm on the low side of Gold 1 rating. Well, Michael is messing up this sector too and giving me false sense of superior pace, which I don't have. invalid laps have weight on DR? No, they have on safety rating, I think. Not on DR. But safety rating is way too easy to gain, or it's difficult to lose. Finally a clean Indianapolis hairpin. Yes, I'm finding some pace now. Slightly too late though. Okay, green cut. I can take a green cut. And that would have been 53.5, I think, with quite some understeer. Alright, well, at least I found some pace in the end, but well, P5 to P3, it's something. I have 3 minutes to sign up for the next one, so I'm quickly gonna do that before I miss the signing. Rookie Horror Show. Register, and quickly change the wheel range. What was it? 380, I think, that I normally take for LMP2. And I can check the replay later from the Porsche curves if that's all right with you. I'm just gonna check. Actually, I have not checked how much I lost last time because of that disconnection, or like the crash, the PC crash. It was not this one. It was Fuji. I finished 11th. There were supposedly... Okay, only man is 23. I hope... I thought it would be worse because... Well... I guess there were just, like, enough of DNFs before me so that I didn't... Well, there were 2. Yeah, it's interesting how these things work. Anyway, do we have the event history from the Le Mans race? We don't have yet. But we will have the Rookie Horror Show on in half a minute. Yeah, they have increased the race like starting timer to 2 minutes. And now it's kind of tied between 2 events. Anyway, well, Jan, if I forget, remind me. We will have like 15 or 20 minutes after this race, because then we switch to intermediate races or combinations. Do you think you could join Team Redline? Well, I mean, I could, but I don't think... I don't know if I would want to, or like... I mean, it... probably I would want to if I was given the opportunity, of course. I guess it's not, there is no reason for it to be confidential, but at some point I was asked if I wanted to join, but I had well, burst contract, and with burst esport we were doing well and everything was nice, so there was no reason to switch teams. But then, well, things went on. I think that was even before that. There were some issues with the red line because, like, kind of Max took over, Max Verstappen. I don't really know the background, but there were some issues that, like, there were two poles of people, and then they had to figure out some solutions, I believe. So from outside, it felt like it was a great idea to stay at burst for some time. Would I like to leave Rafa? No, I would not like to leave Rafa now. That's the worst thing to do, like to join a team, a project, start working on it and then abandon it. Because that would mean half a year is wasted for nothing. Bonsoir, Domi. Why it still shows your old avatar in the standings? That's a great question. Dear Dan, do you have an answer? I have already set the wheel range, so now let's just increase the fuel. No one crashed this. Yeah, well, good luck. For now my PC is not crashing, which is nice. 174, 170 FPS. Yeah, I for sure see the FPS being lower after... Oh, this is the correct pit exit, of course. After the BIOS update and after disabling that automatic Asus mainboard boost profile thing. Yeah, I have significantly less frame rate, but better to have 5% or 10% less frames per second than 100% less frames per second when everything crashes and freezes. I don't think I've driven the LMP2 after the physics update. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I would appreciate if I was allowed to finish my practice lap. But I guess we have the qualifying session for that. 6 minutes. That's too much fuel, but anyway. I will leave the brake settings as they are. Oh, red. I almost got the penalty. It's a bit dubious why it's only Jesper and I in Rafa. Well, let's say they are just... Where is my grip? Ah, it's called tires, yeah. No tire warmers like there are at Le Mans. Well, the point, I mean, the idea of Rafa isn't to like go full in and attack some competition like crazy, because, well, they wanted us to win Le Mans Virtual, but at the moment it's not happening yet. And for that you don't need a big team, you need 2 fast drivers. And then 2 fast real-life drivers, but then obviously things didn't go that way, so... What Rafa could do is get a couple of iRacing specific people, but then again, people who are able to win biggest iRacing events are already signed up by, I don't know, by Redline, by Coanda, by Apex, by Williams, by other top teams in iRacing, so it's not the easy entry into the sim racing world, you know. So it's easier to start small and slowly find the way. I was getting credit for having no grip on the exit, but LMP2 is beautiful around there. Why do I turn on my headlights? I don't know. I don't think of it, I just see the button and I click it. I press it. Actually, I had to make a reasonable answer. Usually when you're watching live streams of races, nobody has the headlights on, and then if one car has headlights on, it kind of stands out and it kind of looks nice. So when I was watching some races or races of me driving, I noticed that it looks nice, I liked it. But maybe it's because in Slovenia, since ever, it was against the law to turn on headlights even in the brightest day. The brightest, sunniest day. Always headlights on. Maybe I got used to that. Where are my purple sectors? Let's see, after one lap, 1:35.3. 1 second to gain to Grigoleta. Focus there. Okay, that's a purple S1. That's nice. But he will be gaining as well on water tires. Ah, alright. I guess I have messed up that turn last lap a lot. That was nice. Gonna be maybe 3 purples, but sector 3 was not that great. Yeah, it's green, but I think I still have to improve. Ay ay ay. Understeer, and then I tried to counter the understeer, and it resulted in an oversteer. I keep pushing. Ah, that's too much. That's way too much. Alright. I'm gonna practice the last few corners still, I need it. Reading the chat back, yeah, the pit exit, I was using the like normal kind of pit exit for the whole time, but then at some point I realized that people are using the shortcut and that nobody is getting any penalty, and that's like a couple of seconds faster, so yep. I'm taking the shortcut now every time. Headlights are +5 on the straight, yes, of course. I mean, honestly, I don't really know if the power draw from headlights is simulated. I hope not. Or actually, I hope yes, because I was then wasting a lot of potential lap time, and I could be even faster in the past by leaving them off. Ah, the wipers. Let's go. How many kilos do I put on my brakes in material? You mean on the Huizenfeld? Like here. Not sure if it's readable, but here I have 40. But again, as I tried to explain a couple of times, 40 here could mean, I don't know, 80 kilograms in different pedals, because that's not... I think that's just the, like, final force on the load cell. I'm doing the iRacing thing, I'm holding the escape button, that's how it's done on iRacing. Oh no. Wait, 22 times 60 divided by... Let's check. Demotech. Gonna be 134. That's 94. 15 laps. Only 2.3 fuel. Well, many corners. 36, 37. Let's do it like that. If you meant that pedal force, I just kept it at stock. Fabio in the end improved. Well, that's gonna be a fight. Am I doing the Vanval race? So issue is that we have Virtual Endurance Championship on Saturday, and for iRacing reasons we have not really done any meaningful practice in the past weeks. So I fear it's gonna be nothing else but VEC practice for the rest of the week, and then VEC stream 8 hours of Monza on RF2 on Saturday, and then I'll probably stream the special event in LMU on Sunday. But yeah, let's see. Is there a way to do co-op mode with random people in just a... Well, you can find random people on LMU Discord. That's the way for now, but I don't think there is like a matchmaker or anything like that in the game. But yeah, I think there is a special dedicated chat in LMU Discord for that. Probably Studio 397 or ISI never went in to program the headlight power draw anyway. Ah, I forgot to warm up the brakes. I am going to stream iRacing at some point, yeah. We were talking with team, they wish I do like one iRacing stream per week. Headlights on. And we are gone. Or rather, we are going. We are not gone yet. Quite well, but still didn't gain any time compared to Grigoleto's understeery corner. That first gear? Potentially. it's so nice to have some downforce through this last Portimao curve, because GTEs and hypercars just cannot manage it flat out. But for LMP2 it's just flat out, easy flat out king. I'm not carrying enough speed there. Man, Fabio is fast. And that was of course a cut. He's just driving away from me. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not a good line. So without the cut that would have been now 35.1, 35.0, 7/10 slower than Grigoletto. Wow. Where to find 7/10? Not sure if the first gear is worth there. DC just cuts it off completely. I think first gear is just completely useless. It gives false sensation of extra rotation, but it's so short. It just like cuts with TC all the time, so second is just better to drive. That's a cut? Orange cut? Wow. But to my defense, every time I join Portimao, the track limits have different updates, so I'm not following it. Well, about the braking, I remember Daniel Murad explaining that braking is a good part of iRacing, but till now my experience from how one needs to brake in iRacing, in whole week of hot lapping, that's the most broken thing I've ever seen. Some completely arcade games have more realistic braking. And if you ask what the issue is, well, normally when you have race cars, you stomp hard on the brake pedal, especially if you have the ABS. But in iRacing, you kind of need to lift and coast or like slowly apply the brake pedal, and that just makes zero sense. Not just slowly apply it like within a couple of tenths, but like I will try to brake now like in iRacing, like this, if you saw the trace. And then you can brake at the same time as if you step on the brake, but then you will have lower temperatures. It's so broken. I just had to completely reset everything I know about racing. And then suddenly I gained some time. And then I compared my delta compared to the top drivers. We were semi-fast in the corners and on the exits, but during braking zone, from braking zone to the turn-in point, not even counting any apex speed, just on the braking I was losing like a tenth per braking zone, for no reason at all. So I'm kind of furious with iRacing. But overall, if I'm already speaking of iRacing, I think it's easier to be closer to top pace than in LMU or RF2, because there is just so much more dynamic stuff going on in these, in my opinion, better sims, that you can just gain so much more by just driving better instead of driving according to some demands of some broken physics. I will stream iRacing anyway. It's enjoyable with some cars. Yeah, Mr. Coffelino, I don't understand. Like, every week there's either LMP2 at Sebring or LMP2 at Portimao. So much of it. It would be so good if it was possible to open up something in the game that would allow maybe all the official tracks from R Factor 2 to be ported to LMU. I'm literally half a second off Grigolito. I don't know. The man is flying. Well, okay, this was 2 tenths now, but previous laps. Was that a rear lockup? I think the rear is locking up initially, and in the later phase the front is locking up. Well, it's not easy to stop this car. It's quite stiff. Needs a lot of modulation. And then I suppose somebody put the stiffer spring rates on the rear, making it even more tricky to drive. But it's really funny, despite this being, I don't know which time with LMP2 at Portimao, it's always a different experience. Always different track limits, always different default setup, sometimes different physics updates. It's never the same. What do you think about Assetto Corsa original braking? Well, I can only really comment on what I felt like from my AC short esports career, which was basically that Monaco Sim Racing World Cup competition. And we've raced the Tatius FA01, which is I think the Formula 4 or Formula 3 car, around Vallelunga and around Zandvoort. And then we went with the Lotus 125, I think, the F1 Lotus kind of car, V8. And I think the Tatius was like one of the best cars in whole sim racing. And the Lotus was, well, kind of alright, nothing special, but it felt logical to set up and logical to drive. But maybe it was less dynamic than... surely it was less dynamic than RF2 or LMU. But still, you needed to apply the correct way of braking. So a lot initially and then gradually bleed off. Well, I guess my brain has kind of given up on any thought of catching Gregoleto, so I'm just circulating around the track now. But I would still like to find some more pace. I think because how the gear ratios are with this car, like relatively long first and then very long upshift to second. It's quite important to time the downshift correctly. Otherwise, the big increase in RPM could make the engine braking tricky. Like here, if I go to first and do a wrong steering input, I could easily spin out. And that corner is just unbelievable. I just cannot understand it. It's always very understeery on the entry and suddenly the rear just starts dancing off. It's impossible to hit the apex. It feels like the track is wet there. Well, it's a unique challenge for sure, and a very nice overtaking spot because the grip is so low that everybody's struggling. A lot of world record times are with coasting instead of trailing. I mean, that depends on the car, right? I mean, I don't know about other cars, I just know about world records with the Formula Lotus Exos 125 or whatever it's called. And because I was trying to find any public world record leaderboard or lap time when I was preparing 2 years ago for that competition in Monaco. And well, it was nothing special. I've beaten the lap times there, but there were barely any leaderboards. I think there was one, like, more public website. I don't really remember what it was called, but it was, well, simple to beat it by like half a second even, so yeah, hard to get good references. But I mean, in LMU it's like, here I have to keep trailing through the corner, but if I do that with LMDH BMW, it's just gonna stop rotating, so it depends on the car. Some cars require a lot of trailing and having the front and the nose through the corner to make the rotation, but some cars just like coasting. And that's what I appreciate a lot in LMU. Because the majority of other games are just like hard-coded in one way that all the cars feel the same. Like iRacing. Feels like all the cars require a very deep trail braking into a corner. And then I guess ACC requires kind of V-shaped coasting apex. No matter what car you drive. Maybe not long coasting, but I mean it depends on the corner as well. Although there is like that Maserati GT4 in ACC that I've driven quite a lot, that drives like RF2. The more you drift the rear into a hairpin, the faster you are. To the reasonable extent, of course. Why am I in the middle of nowhere here? It's kind of funny. I guess Grigoletto has done some practice laps and he has just disappeared into the distance, but people behind are not able to match me. I see Jan will be happy in P4, not being crashed off. I don't know if I should move brake bias there into that corner. I just have to brake early, I guess. I have same questions every time. Ooh! And that is Mr. Fabio. Is he spun for the content or what? I have not PayPal'd him to spin off. But alright. Well, I will take the invite. Oops. What? In second gear? Such a snap happens. Ah no, I'm angry with myself. If I was pushing a bit harder before, I would have overtaken him, but I have done some too slow laps. Well, let's see. Maybe he lost some confidence and maybe I can stay with him. There you go. He's struggling there because he's scared the same thing as last lap will happen. Switch back into the very small slipstream. Ah, come on. Dirty air. Ay, ay, ay. doing mistakes. What is that? Okay, well, I tried. I braked very late, to be honest, in hopes that maybe he's too safe into that long right and then I get one more option to attack. But well defended from him. I had quite some chances, but I blew them all. Was a good fun battle anyway. He had way superior pace. So GG. But what is that rear snapping? Like I first thing I see now after the race, I have to check what happened there. Okay, I guess I just demanded too much from the rear. Yeah, I downshift. And then slowly the snap comes, like exponentially, but I should have seen it coming. Or felt it coming. It's a tricky car, like you cannot really lean too much on it because the rotation is quite big. GG Fabio, great pace. And great battle. I was a bit all over the place, but it was a classic low preparation battle where you don't really know what the car is gonna do. I made a nice turn 1 exit. I went here for it and of course I braked too late. At this point I thought, well, I'm making the apex, all is gonna be fine. Next thing, rear is going off. I don't know why, like it's so weird. Sometimes this car is just so weird. Whee! Alright, it was good fun. Wait, we had battle before that already, right? I had the superior apex, superior exit. Of course I have to go for the apex. I lost the track of where the apex curve is, so I turned in and realized, oh no, I'm missing the apex. And then had a bit of dirty air and across that elevation change just lost the front grip. Would probably have a nice side-by-side action to T1 here anyway. I need to see the snap. First gear, turn in. Yeah, that's something, it feels like something, no, actually second gear, no first gear, second gear. Sometimes it feels like there is something very broken on this car, physics-wise. Okay, like, Fabio stepped the throttle a little bit, from 50 to like 75. But one would assume that TC will prevent any wheel spin. And there is actually no wheel spin, like very little wheel spin. It just all moves into the lateral slide. Like it just goes sideways, without any revs rising. That happens so much on this car. And it's so difficult. I mean, okay, here the left side, especially the rear, has a lot of weight. And it's loaded. But still, this is not iRacing where the tires would instantly cook. Like, the tires are fine here. It's just something on the suspension that just causes this super weird rear kick. Alright, well... yeah, TC is weird in this car, but TC is weird overall in low speed, I think. But again, this was not... I don't know. This car has linked slip, right? So it would maybe need 8 TC, but it would need like 12 slip. So it just doesn't... Yeah, like here. What I had here as well. What was this? Another second gear? I didn't even increase the throttle that much. I hope it's visible on OBS. Maybe in different scene. No, it's not gonna work. But like second gear, and like here I have 50% throttle. Here I have like 65. Just a little increase. And it just snaps like crazy. Like full opposite lock. I thought I was gonna spin here, but look at that slide. Yeah, horror. Rookie horror, or what is called? Rookie horror or something. I mean, I feel the biggest rookie when this happens, like, it's so instant, and there is no need for any wheel spin again. It's just, the rear just kicks around. But let's check the car setup, let's go to suspension. Rear spring rate is 950, that's not that stiff. There is 11,000, or like 1,100 and 1,250. Those two are deadly. But I think probably 800 is max to prevent this kind of rear. Especially with softest front. Yeah, it's interesting, this LMP2, for sure. A very interesting car. Very difficult to control at the limit, but quite rewarding when you get it right. I think the physics update was that the rear diffuser downforce got more like tinier operating window on the rear downforce compared to before. I think that was the change. So before you had kind of, you could raise the rear more and still have the same downforce, but now it's more realistic and it's therefore more tricky or something like that. Anyway, plus 0.6% here, and of course, thank you, Yankesh, for the reminder. I will check it. We have not seen these results yet here from the previous round. We have, wait, how many minutes we have? I think 10 more minutes or so. No, a bit more. Yeah, I needed to just wait a bit. Would be nice to be able to click through this menu or this screen. Plus 0.4. Yeah, I lost a bit of SR because, well, 0 clean laps. But look at that, like 2 quali clean laps and the race was just all red. But it's only minus 2.9. This should be like minus 50 or something. It was not that dirty. I suppose the invalid laps don't really count down, but they just don't count up. I had contact with Hakin and I don't really remember that. Either way, I will quickly check where the next race is. Actually, I will register. It's in 22 minutes. Apex. How do you get idea for such a naming? So we have some Porsches here. Do you just take the BMW again? Or is that too boring? I want a bit of variety. But this is just such a BMW track. You know what? I have not tried the Alpine after the small update. Yeah, Halloween season indeed. You didn't get your notification. Oh no, YouTube things. What about a Ferrari? How many Ferraris are there? Not too many. I want a Ferrari. For a change. Long time no Ferrari. Alpine, yeah, I look at Alpine, but I don't trust the Alpine. It's so weird. I will check it once. Although I still have 20 minutes to change my mind, you know. I like how the Ferrari brakes. And this track is a lot about braking zones. Take the Glick. Glick is hopeless. Maybe I can take the Isota, although Isota was even faster than the Alpine initially. Okay, let's quickly check that replay from Le Mans that I couldn't do before. Because it was just too tight on time. Wait, Jankesh, what was the lap? You said lap 5 or something. But I also want to see my mess up into the Indianapolis King. My opinion on the Isota, it's a very funny car. Issue is that the rear is very, very stiff and it's very difficult to keep it under control. But it's possible to make a setup that keeps it under control. And then it's quite like a physical experience, let's say. Feels like you really need to drive the car and extract the pace sometimes. And let the rear to kind of almost over-rotate, but it's just like, it's nervous, it's very nervous because of that stiff rear. Lap 5 Porsche curves. Actually, I guess, let me quickly... Wait, standings. In fact, let me try to wake up this weird... it's sharing Motec. It should be sharing Le Mans Ultimate. There you go. For a better viewing experience. Aha, there we have the barrier already. Ay. It like my wait, what is it acceptable phrase to say my buttocks have clenched when I saw this coming. It just like it's the worst because it's just such a small contact, but it's at such a high speed and it will be a crash for both. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, this happens a lot, you know? This happens a lot. And that happens when the car on the outside has a little bit of understeer. You know, that's Verstappen versus Hamilton at Silverstone into the old turn 1, into Copse. Hamilton on the inside understeered a little bit, but Verstappen was trusting Hamilton on the inside to stay on the apex. But to be honest, that one was way more dirty from Hamilton, because here, compared to what you did, Jan, you were on the white line. You were on the white line, and Mr. Melvin decided that... Yeah, no, he made a great move, but issue was that he just went too much to the right side. I think that's on him. Like he turned into you. Then again, it depends on the rules, right? Some rule books could say that you had more space to the right because that's asphalt. But yeah. Then you asked if you could have done something better. Of course. And let me try to word that well. So in this point, it's a very complex situation because the track is bending left, and then it's still bending left, and then during this extra left bend you need to be as much to the left as possible to have better entry. So here you kind of ignore that extra bend and went straight, and if you were watching and expecting these dynamics to happen on the radar, you would put the car a bit more to the left. Wait, I'm showing with my finger, but I realize I don't have the correct scene for that. So I mean, what you could have done is to put your car maybe 1 meter more to the left or meter and a half, and have less understeer angle into here. And then when you saw he was going crazy into the apex, you could be more on the road on the right. But that's what you could have done, but you didn't have to do it because, well, you slowed down enough. You were very safe. And you stayed on the white line. And he carried a lot of speed, but he just underestimated or overestimated the gap. But it's just such a silly impact because it's such a small one. Such a small one. I mean, yeah, on my screen there is not even a contact because, well, latency between both of these cars and my PC. But it was the smallest of contacts, so it was almost perfectly judged by Melvin. But not as much. And then the issue is that if he gave a little bit more space to you, then he would not have enough clearance, so you would be still side by side. He risked it, and it didn't pay off, but I don't know, like, it's almost, I almost want to say racing incident. But if there is a problem, it would be on Melvin, not on you. That's the long description of what happened. I'm not sure if you guys agree with that or not, but yeah. Fabio, do I think that with the release of the online servers, important championship, yeah, for sure. There will be many leagues that will try to organize at least one season of something. I'm just trying to figure out, yeah, like here it was a nice battle. Look at that. Yeah, when you're racing side by side into here, you just wait for the car on the curb to like bump into you. And I squeezed him quite a lot from this POV, but if I put this POV, it's just ridiculous. He just he just disappeared. But it's difficult to predict that. Like, yeah, he just used the curb rotated his car, he had perfect confidence in the brakes. And I was like, well, let's squeeze him a little bit, but give him just enough space. The next thing I see, a Ferrari in the distance. And then the lockup. How many times I promised that the lockup is the last that I am gonna do in LMU? It just locked up. I don't know, like the car was straightened, I was not even trying to turn in. And it just... Oh well, I kept it out of the barrier, so that's fair enough. Oh yeah. No, I'll blame the brake bias. It's way too much forward. So 11 minutes to go for the next one. Fabio has signed up. Now, if I want to have a chance here, I cannot take the Alpine because Fabio will gonna eat me alive. I want to have a chance with the Ferrari. Oh, fuel times 3. Wait. Fuel times 3. My alarm bells are ringing. So it's 25-minute race. Fuel times 3 means it's effectively 75-minute race. The car can make like 45 to 50-minute stints, maybe 50-minute. That's a pit stop. Is it possible? Is it possible to fuel save for that long? 25. Let's consult the leaderboard. 25. That's 1,500 minutes. Divide by 107 with fuel saving. Will be 15 laps. 14. Should be 14 because we're gonna all box. Go slow or box, so it's gonna be 14 laps. That's gonna be interesting. What's one pit stop? 15 seconds for drive-through. 30 for the refuel, but it's not full refuel. I can lose 2 seconds per lap by fuel saving. But it's gonna be crazy target. Well, actually, let's just join practice and see if there is something we can do. I did it at Kota with the Lambo, and Lambo is the worst on the brakes. But I don't think it was... Was it the same format? 25 times 3? BMW used to be the best on the fuel, but it got updated, so it's not overpowered on the fuel anymore. Yeah, surprise fuel multiplier. I like the surprises. I hope there is some surprise heavy rain at some point. That would be much appreciated. Not just like some dampness, but like proper storm. That's what's missing from the LMU Online. What is best on brakes? That's a good question. Ferrari is really strong on brakes. Well, LMH cars are strong on brakes overall. So Peugeot is I think, one of the best when it comes to like braking late, carrying speed into apex, staying on brakes, rotating into the apex. Soon, looking forward, done. So I guess we keep the stock fuel ratio. Oh no. Wait. FFB turned off. FFB back. And then let's move this camera to forward. Something like that, I guess, should be fine. Okay, so for 14 laps, let's make a quick calc. %.14% of virtual energy that I can burn. Let's try. Lambo versus Caddy on the brakes. Nah, Caddy is the worst, I think. Caddy is so bad. Like, it's good, but it just locks up so quickly that you just have to brake extremely early to avoid the lockups. bumpy. I think probably the Caddy is the most difficult hypercar. I mean, it's quite nice, but on the brakes it's terrible. And brakes are obviously already the most difficult part of LMU and of the hypercars. The good thing with Caddy is that it rotates very well into hairpins. So I'm trying to do my best lifting pose that I can. I mean, in these 5 minutes it's not gonna be possible to properly calculate what's better and what's not. But I will try to see if it's a viable option. So I set 7.15-ish per lap. Although some will be burned on the outlap, so target probably is like 7.1 or 7.05. Actually, where is my virtual energy? Ah, it's there. Come on, where is my mouse? That was... what? 9.136 energy, is that correct? But that's just impossible. I should have time for one push lap after this. But if this much lift and coasting is required, then there is no chance. Yeah, I think at Kota every car can go much longer because of how the layout of the track is. You're never really flat out, like through the whole sector 1 you are kind of coasting. Then you have the back straight, which is kind of long, but after that, till the end of the lap you're not really full throttle all the time. So all the cars can go extremely long. But Bahrain has a lot of flat out sections. Formula fuel save. I mean, that's a brilliant challenge normally, but I think in this case it's just gonna work. Just not gonna work. Alright, let's try one full push lap. It was 8.7 in energy. Sebring P2 is very fun. I can agree with that. It's a great combination. Well, I'm not really gaining crazy amount of time now. But I mean, yeah, it's 2 seconds gained compared to being still 1.5%. Nah, this is fuel saving. So it was 10.7 energies per. I still keep erasing the escape button. I cannot forget about it. It's in the muscle memory. Oh, we have Kevin, we have Matteo, and Fabio. That's gonna be quite a race. And they're all in the Porsche. It's the Porsche the car to have here. Not too many Ferraris. Servers still booting up. 45.5. Yeah, Jordi with the Ferrari was 1 second off. I don't know. Let's see. Hi Matteo, good luck. Fuel save to make it on 1 pit stop. Ah, okay. Well, are we getting a server here or what? There we go. We are joining. Yeah, for Sebring multi-class. I'm doing, this intermediate and the next intermediate. I was thinking of GTEs though. I don't really have a setup for anything. Well, I have a kind of a Porsche setup. I have Porsche setup, right? For Sebring. I will take a look at that. I hope it's saved. Right. No idea how this car behaves in quali trim. LMU preset for LMP2. Well, that can feel very stiff at Sebring. I think for Sebring you could even need like a minimum rear spring rate on LMP2. But then you would need some ride height adjustment. Ah, I know what's the problem here. Settings, controls, calibrate 500. Yeah, that's gonna feel better. Oh, nice join lag when somebody joined the server. So this is gonna be 14 laps, right? And I'm using 10% per lap, which means 10 plus 4. Might be worth saving one more. I'm going 11. +3. Understeer. Any reason for no track map? I don't ever look at track map, to be honest. I don't really think of it. It's assigned somewhere there. There we go. But I don't really know what to do with it, you know. It's just like plotted on there and it's moving and it's, I don't know, slightly annoying. If it was movable, like if I could click it and drag it maybe to the pillar, oh that's loud. Then on the A pillar it would be less distracting. But unluckily we cannot move stuff around in LMU yet. Seven laps, pit 7 laps. Could be, but well, whatever. Issue is that then I will just be carrying more fuel. Because we are not swapping tires. So it depends on the track position and everything like that. Actually, it's dark enough that the headlights make a difference. Tires are cold. Yeah, I mean it can be moved away, but I kind of want this here. Like if this is there, then it's quite annoying because I look at the MFD quite a lot. And also then it's difficult to show it on stream. I want the MFD like in the center or like here. It's perfect, but I don't want chat here. I want chat like here or like move it wherever. And then I want the timing, like I want the delta in the middle, not like up there. And but well, I have this still on because the LMU delta is more accurate than the tiny overlay plugin. And this timing that's normally up there, it's super annoying. It just goes like almost till the horizon sometimes. I don't know, I don't like it. If it was like drag and move around, it would be perfect. But I just could not make a nice find a nice sweet spot. Then carry less fuel for start, then I will just have to refuel way more in the pit lane. Makes no sense at all. Anyway, here we go. Apex is somewhere. Ay. Have I underfueled? I should have taken more fuel. But it's gonna be... wait. 140... I'm trying to calculate if I can get over the line and make 2 more laps while fuel saving. Well, I mean, it would kind of almost make sense to... wait, it's not just about fuel, it's about virtual energy as well, so yeah, I mean... you lose time for refueling for both. And they are not concurrent, so... any fuel that you don't take at the start, you will have to wait for in the pit stop, and it's times 3, so yeah, you will never gain back the pace. forgot to take the correct HUD on the steering wheel. So I don't really know what my battery is. Dear Ferrari. I think my battery is full. Don't give me a cut, please. Thank you. This is all over the place now. P11, and I don't have enough fuel. Oh no. TC is cutting so much. Daniel, I'm saving fuel because I have underfueled by mistake, so I kind of want to make this lap count. Will be just enough. Come on. Over the line. P9. Alright. That's not great. Is that a Ferrari problem or what? Or is it a Irnay problem? I fear it's a Irnay problem. Anyway. 1.4 seconds with a bit of lift and coasting. And all the Ferraris are towards the back. For one reason or another. Porsche used to be kind of good around here, around Bahrain in the past. iRacing, of course, yeah. I've spent a whole week hot lapping iRacing. I was lift and coasting during the hot laps all the time, so ay ay ay. Well, I guess I take a bit more of fuel ratio just in case, so I'm not limited by the fuel. That's gonna be a weird one. The issue is that I have not driven the Ferrari for such a long time that I completely forgot what to do. because it requires quite special inputs. Because the rear is oh wait, let me go to LCD and put LMU. There you go, kilowatts and the battery. Beautiful. The rear on the Ferrari is tricky, like the traction zone is not easy and the rotation is quite good sometimes, although yeah, I was just full on battery and I was clipping before, so that's why I was losing the rear. Let's see what I can do. Of course, tire change off, and we will just add 4 laps of virtual energy. And see what happens. Yep, the Ferrari strategy sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Erratic driving, what are you talking about? I'm not doing any erratic driving. What is the erratic driving here? Anyway. Luckily no penalty. And we're racing. Nice sounds from the Toyota on the left. Bonk. I saw it coming. Come on, the guy saw a big gap. And I saw a gap as well. No, this is not going to end well. Don't give them any tow. Had to lift the brake a bit to avoid him crashing into my rear. Not ideal. I'm burning a lot more energy than I wanted, but I had to do it to stay alive. Well, P6. I have so much understeer. I like to see the big fight at the top. Grigoletto dived into last corner. That ARB is a lot better. Some drivers are actual pumpkins, you know, the correct seasonal vegetable. Oh, look at that, I have a purple sector too. That's weird. I'll try to make it extra lap. I see, I don't have to fuel save that much for that. Mr. Titus behind is quite fast though with the BMW. Going to be interesting to see if people ahead are going for 9 or 10. And what happened with my fuel? I took way higher ratio than what I thought I wouldn't, but now I'm more tight into fuel. Oof. The rear is so twitchy. Finally on the target, on the fuel. As that is a Porsche going off. Grigoletto is flying again, I see. Over 1 second faster. If I hear correctly, then Tito's behind us lifting coasting as well. 4 more laps. Okay, now the fuel is... What is happening with the ratio? That's tiny pedal plugin trolling me. Check the fuel on MFD, I will. I mean, it should be fine, right? I think it's correct now. I think at the start when I was pushing, the ratio that was required was much higher, but now I'm lifting coasting. Nah, I guess it also depends on motor map. I think I was clipping for some time and then overlay got confused, as I was using a lot more fuel instead of the electricity. And actually last lap I was doing good pace, incredible. Exactly same lap time as the leader. So So that will be interesting. Well, the fuel calculator is confused. So I hope everybody boxes now. Beautiful. And I have 10%, which is quite a nice value. Now let's hope I find the correct braking point into the pit lane. Alright. Spot on, almost. Ooh, I have oversaved the energy. "17 seconds. Oh, it's concurrent? Or what? So, what happens now? Ciclari goes through. And I'm somehow P2. Alright? And I hope this is enough for 4 laps. How did I gain like 5 seconds? Was that just a difference for one lap? I mean, normally you gain like a second per lap, or yeah, around a second if you fuel save it, so I would assume it's like 3 seconds for times 3 fuel. Math on the fly. I have killed the fly on my window slightly earlier, so I guess there was some math going on. Where is Gricoleto? He has massively messed up. Why is it suggesting me to pit stop now? I mean, fuel is fine, right? 7 minutes, 3 laps. Should be fine. Has to be fine. Oh, Dan, do you remember when I asked you once about the color codes? I would still appreciate if you have some time to find them. It's been a long time, I forgot about that. The color codes, because I needed the color codes for the HUD. I asked you like a month or 2 ago in Discord. P3 has messed up the refueling. Wow. Hi Dalibor. Am I late? It's not that late. I mean, it's not that late because the clock has been changed. Dalibor, 2 hours is not that much. Not sure if Jesper is appreciating me sharing his secret stories, but he might have slept this afternoon for twice as much as you. Speaking of Jesper, my teammate. It's just well, a slow Tuesday, let's say. Well, the clock's changing surely mess things up, but you know, we have a little kid at home, and the clock doesn't change for him, so if we were waking up at 8 or 9 before, we are waking up at 7 or 8 now. The game is constantly trying to box me. Why? But this will be the final lap now. And I have good energy remaining. Still need to lift and coast a little bit, but I think I will have enough to have a fair chance at defending P2 from Bloto. I thought he's flashing me, but it's the trackside lighting. And despite the CPU tuned down to help with my PC performance, I still have 120 FPS with all these lights. That's quite alright. I thought it's gonna be worse. Turning off the CPU boost. And I hope that the camera, like this camera was flashing last time, I hope that it's not flashing today. Nine tenths to Blotto. Yeah, the energy is fine, fuel is fine. I should be safe here. Easy. P11 to P2 with just a one lap of extending. Nice race. I mean, it was easy, like 10% per lap was a fair fuel saving, so I just knew, well, 4 laps times 10 is 40, that's it. Alright. Well, thank you, chat, for the GGs. Fabio with 45.9, but I really wonder what happened with Fabio. Anyway, quick escape. I think we have 3 minutes to sign up for the next one, which is gonna be the last one. And then I check the results. Yep, Goosebumps. And here, well, I see you guys enjoying LMP2, but I'm gonna be eaten alive. Although, looking at where the faster people are, I kind of feel like I have to join James, but he's gonna completely destroy me. Although, well, I've been completely destroyed pace-wise today, so that's fair enough. Let's register with the LMP2. And I will need a little bit of glucose. Well, I guess I should make it automatic switch to music on when I'm going. Oh, Kevin with a GTE. I don't know. It's gonna be great race either way. You know what? Let me register with the Porsche, because now that I think that I thought twice of it. Sorry for trolling if somebody tried to do the same class as me, but now that I think twice of it, I have a GTE setup for the Porsche. It's open setup, and I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed by the FFB if I take LMP2 again, and I don't really want that. Porsche will be nice. Let me put this to wheel rage by vehicle. Yeah, it will be a calmer race for the end. Ah, hi Fabio. You forgot to remove the tires. Oh no. That feels bad. GG Matteo. I was super surprised to finish P2 in the end. I really don't know, like... Should have been P5 then, or something. Should have gained 3 seconds. But I gained like 6, 7, 8 seconds, I don't know. I'm taking the Porsche now. You didn't... I mean, I wasted a lot of fuel at the start by battling and trying my best to keep it ahead of people who tried to kill me from behind. It was a crazy race. I kind of want to check the replays afterwards. There should be still some time. And see the action. And despite that, I still managed to fuel save enough for extra lap. I think it was kind of straightforward strategy to do the like 10 and 4. Look at the leaderboards. Ah, I have missed some messages. Oh well. Alright then. We have a... Ah, the Circuit of the Americas. Wait, do we have a Sebring setup here? I thought there is a Sebring set. Ah, that's the one. That is the one. And then we put... Ah, it's times 3 fuel as well, so... yeah. Gonna be interesting. Wait, my brain is overloaded, so it's gonna be 25-minute race. I have headlights on. Why is the race control yelling at me still? Ah, thank you, David. Well, it's that... what's it called? Lo-fi Japanese something background instrumental, whatever. But I will have to change it at some point because it's getting some... Like, it's free to be used, but it's still having that copyright... Like, it's not copyright strike, but it's copyrighted, so... In the long run, I will need to find... What is that light? I always look at that stuff in the sky flashing. Yeah, that music is... yeah, in the long run I will need to find something that's not copyrighted, but I really like this style of music. I don't know if it's Lofi Girl, it's like Lofi something. Cold tires, but setup is good. Oof, okay, yeah, that curb is not usable like it is in iRacing. Okay, well, that was the practice. Alright, Fabio, have a good evening. Six minutes qualifying, yeah, I think that's too much fuel for 30, yeah, whatever. Turn on headlights, there we go. Right, so this is supposedly now 75-minute race, because it's times 3 fuel, so 25 times 3, 75. But the GTE can go much longer than the hypercar, which means that this should be for sure 0 pit stops. I just need to figure out the exact target, although Tiny Pedal overlay will tell it. Actually, let me just put this away so I don't get confused. And let's get some lap times going. Maybe a bit less power cut. I like my, let's say, 7 to 8 traction control. Am I on quali mix for whatever reason? No, I think I was on safety car mix. Anyway, lap 1 is cold tires anyway, so it doesn't matter. Welcome Joao back. I'm trying to remember, when did I drive this race? Wait, that was the previous week, right? There is so much racing going on that in different sims that I completely forgot what we are doing. So on Sunday we did Fuji. Yeah, Sunday was Fuji, and my PC crashed. And we had weekly at Sebring as well. I guess that was Thursday, right? Yes, Thursday versus Michi. And I got crashed by LMP2. Yes, I remember now. Crashed by a broken LMP2 without rear wing that was driving very slowly. But right when I was coming by, in the middle of a slow kink, around the outside, he lost the rear. And we both went hard into the barrier. I remember it all. Yeah, Joao, well, content, right? I don't know. I still want to include some victories into my streams. Right, let's get some nice lap times. Oh, that's a lot of front grip. I still have the Ferrari fixed in my mind that had zero front. But this turns in high speed. Tires are still cold, and it's Sebring 30 Celsius track temp. Interesting. So that will be locking up and sliding a bit more. So we have Jan in P1, 6 seconds ahead. Yeah, the LMP2 crashed me into this wall on Thursday. Classic understeer, I always get it at that corner. But the pace looks good. Petrol in P1. And it's me in P1, but the second lap will count a lot more. Tires are up to temp. Fuel is low and fuel is times 3. So much less weight between 2 laps than normally. Yeah, so much more grip. That delta is insane. So P1 has done it. Oh, it's so close for P1. Let's see what people do in this lap. A lot of hesitation, but over the line, and it's P1. Ooh. Alright, well, I think that's it. So we used 4.7, no, 4.6. Wait. No, it's this one. Okay, 10 liters per lap. Gonna be easy to calculate, but we're gonna have to fuel save. So let's see. Hi Mike, thank you. No crash on T1. Well, let's get surprised. Divided by 120. It's gonna be 13 laps. No way around it. So, wait, how many liters do we have? 101, right? 101. Divided by 13. The target is 7.77. Oof. That's a lot of... Wait. That's a lot of fuel saving. That's 20% of fuel saving. What do we do? I guess we adapt on the go. Ready for Monza Vec. I have installation labs done. I have a drivable setup, but we have done no work at all on anything. It was all about iRacing previous week, and we failed the leaderboard. 35 milliseconds away from qualifying. Very painful, but it was important to do it. So in case we box, no tire change, and a lot less fuel. So full push would be 10 plus 3. A bit of fuel save would be 11 plus 2. Let's see. I don't know. 13 laps. And here it's... the pit lane is extremely long. I think we will just have to lift and coast. And people will absolutely eat us alive from behind. Am I ready for such huge lift and coasting? It will be much easier than at Bahrain though, so... I have to do it, right? It must be faster, must be a lot faster. If people from behind don't obliterate me. Well, turn 1 will be interesting. It will be early green. That LMP2 first gear, they are just not moving anywhere. And we are lifting, and we're lifting too much. Uh-oh. Stay on the inside. Oh no, I don't have visible vehicles. I have 10 visible. I didn't want to dive the poor guy, but I got dived from behind. Uh-oh. Okay, start is perfect. Nobody else is lifting coasting. I mean, as long as I'm P1, I just need to use every chance to lift and coast. Although I think now people behind started doing it as well. Yellow flag, where is the car? Oh, there it is. So how much was the fuel? 8.5. I need 7.7, you know. Or 7.6 now. Everyone will be beating. Ah, LMP2 is squeezing. No, there is no way. We will have to box. We have to box. It will be too slow. Bonk. Oh, James, what happened? No, this is not going well anymore. Ay, ay, ay. You know what? I have saved so much fuel now that I don't know. This is so tricky. Now the delta is 7.55. I will just lift and coast. I want to do it. Like, the pit lane is so long. It's crazy long. No, free wide. Thank you. Hi, Dennis. I think this is either gonna work very well or I'm gonna get absolutely eaten alive. It's 3 times fuel. And you indeed better have music in your ears, because there will not be much of engine in the ears this race. Yeah, that's extreme lift and coast. I hope that this is now under 7. But this is sunrise, I thought it's sunset. 7.1, okay. I can live with this. You spun... it doesn't sound too nice. Hi Yanis, the Le Mans night race went alright. Nothing too crazy. Gained 4 positions, lost 1. Actually no, gained 3 positions, lost 1, so P5 to P3, including a classic lockup and a side-by-side battle into Indianapolis, which ended cleanly, because I didn't have pace to keep it pushing. I estimate the pit stop to be like 40 seconds, let's say. So one would need 3 seconds per lap. And I was leading for 2 laps, so one would need 4 seconds per lap. And they in fact gained 5 last lap. But I was making too extreme fuel save. So I should be doing high 3s, let's say, and that is a high 3, and the fuel was kind of spot on. I think that's fine. The delta is green. It's so difficult to find the correct braking point because, well, the speed is much lower when you press the brake compared to normal racing. I'm using the clutch on the, well, behind the wheel rim. I think here it doesn't show because I just display the brake and throttle. Birds chirp. That's difficult to pronounce. I think this has been a really good decision for me. Like, to stay ahead in lap 1, luckily there was mess behind, so I had chance to lift and coast a lot. And then the grid spread was high enough that I could safely lift and coast without somebody dive bombing me. And now I can keep gaining the delta and saving the lap time. I mean, saving the fuel. I'm fully for it. 7x, let's go. I will try even harder. Well, I will let him go. I hope the LMP2 would overtake me in time. Who needs brakes? Well, I still need them. Ooh, ouch. Why do people want me to not finish the races? Saw it coming this time. Seven times tire wear, 7 times fuel. Let's go. And downpour mid-race. That would be the best kind of racing. Ay. That was so close. I lost like 5 seconds with all this mess now. With all this mess. 20 seconds behind Ciclari. That's... They will spend 15, maybe 10 seconds refueling. It could be tight still because of this mess that happened. Well, he could have used brakes, although he was quite high up in the air for quite some time. Come on. And then they go very wide. Alright, a little bit of slipstream. But I lost further 4 seconds. Oh, that was for position. To Ciclari. These last 2 laps have maybe destroyed the race for me, but yeah, really hard to tell what was the exact, what will be the exact time loss for the pit stop. Alright, Yanis, thank you. Have a nice evening. People with smooth brains. Well, you mean it's just spooky racing evening. like it used, like it has to be for the occasion. I'm a bit harder on fuel now. Let's see how that is for the delta. 7.7, perfect. Almost to 2000. So if Cyclari is full push, we will box next lap, or maybe even this lap. No, should be next lap. Well, Daniela, that's true, although, well, now I have more fuel than them because I have saved more. But after the stop they will have more, but they will be able to burn more, so... I think it's also the tires getting more and more up to temp, because the sun is rising. We started the race with like 13 Celsius, I think. Now it's 15, but not much. So that's P3. Wait, Cyclari P2? What happened with Cyclari? Yeah, that's over the target a bit, but 1.9, that's crazy lap time. $55 seconds for pit lane loss, copy. Well, looking good then. But then maybe car behind has overfueled. Or they did the mistake to change tires. Although no, that's no way. Because, yeah, it is just such a long pit lane, so no way to make everything in 55 seconds. And then it will be probably 5 seconds less or 10 seconds less for Jan and Kevin. And they are both boxing now. I mean, I will be ahead for sure, but I still have to fuel save so much. So, into P1. That texture is so nice with the shadows in the wall, even on lowest details that I currently have. So 15 seconds in 3 laps. Alright, that's doable. Why is the game wanting me to box? I really don't get it. Ah, because it doesn't understand that the fuel is times 3, right? Maybe it confuses it. I don't know. Maybe it thinks that it's times 3 and another times 3, and then it thinks I have only fuel for 1 lap because of mathematical miscalculation. Daniela, that's perfectly understandable, because in RF2 you have to slide when flying over the bump, but here you have to just be gentle and normal. Can I make it even lap less? We were so slow. Actually, I could make it a lap less. I'll try to enjoy a nice lap, and then I will slow down. Oh no, wait. What am I talking about? There are 2 classes. It's not on me, it's on the LMP2s. I have messed up like that already once. I will not do it again. Whew. But I'm glad I remembered that. Oh, well done. There is something just inherently satisfying by pulling the clutch pedal and gaining overall lap time or race time. Wait. No, that's P5. Okay. I thought that was P1, but I'm the P1. If that was P1, then the strategy would suddenly be very straightforward. But I mean, it's gonna be on target, I suppose. Is there a way for this to be 14 laps? Nah, no way. So I crossed the line with 0 on the time, 2 seconds to go, so it's 0 now, so P1 LMP2 is on his final lap. And I'm behind him on the final lap, so this is the final lap. Alright. It's all good. 30 seconds to see Clary. Well, the racer in you wants to go flat out all the time, but I don't know. The racer in me says that I'm just gonna keep locking up and so on. And wait, who was it that was it some Loud or some Prost that were saying that classic cheesy phrase that it's all about driving as slow as possible to win the race. You know, sometimes Maybe it depends on the day, maybe it depends on the time of day, but after doing 12 hours of iRacing yesterday, just hot laps, well, 3, 4, 5 out laps plus 1 hot lap after the tires are happy, and crashing out almost every time, or, well, setting up fast lap but not fast enough. It's nice to just cruise around a little bit and just enjoy the feeling and the force feedback of LMU. It's so good. And also it's very, very late. According to summertime it's already midnight, so I'm happy to just smoothly cruise around. No breaks into sunset. No breaks into sunset, and over the line we go. Engine off, ignition off, and take the checkered flag. Alright, I think Ciclari did a mistake at some point, so he would be much closer without that, I believe. It could have been closer, you know. It could have gone very wrong in the first laps. I think I made the race by being in P1 after 2 laps. That was the most important part. I will quickly check. Wait, I had one moment, right? I think it was the green Porsche. Display timing. Was it this lap? No, it was this one. Okay, I let him go. And then he forgot to brake. Bonk. Let's see. Let's judge him. I guess he looked at his phone or somewhere else. He got distracted. He was in the middle of the road. He forgot the brake markers. He went on the brakes. He realized it was gone. And then he was in shock. He tried to go on throttle to recover, but then realized no engine. And then quickly on the brakes, but uh-oh, there is a car coming. He engaged the ABS, of course. Yeah, it was close, but yeah, at this point I thought, oh well, he will manage to stop the car, right? And I will just go around the left side. And at this point I'm like, I'm not playing that game. And I went straight on the brakes. And it was a good decision. Yeah, he was not gonna make that corner at all. Oof. Ah, thank you, Jan. Nice P2 in the end. Wait, what? What happened with Ciclari? Wait, that's already LMP2s. Timing. He spun? Aha, it must have been here, right? I mean, I don't know how exactly these lap times work in Sebring because of the pit lane being at a different part of track. That's an LMP2 moment. LMP2. LMU moment, I meant to say. On the non-rubbered surface, it just completely locked up. Yeah. Well, how many seconds were lost there? Around 10 seconds. And then, wait, you said he spun again on the last lap? Because, I see. Wait, what? How did that happen? Ah, okay, I see. Well, the corner was already lost. Let me quickly check my start, because that was quite interesting. Maybe it's gonna be better in this scene. Lift and coast. Ah, there we go. With all the crashes that I can see in replay, but I couldn't see live because not enough visible vehicles. But what happened with Ciklari there? Like, because he lost a lot of ground. That's a proper LMP2 moment ahead. If I was making racing rules, I would be extremely different than what current rules are, and I would say there is overlap and that space needs to be left. But okay, maybe this one is too extreme to say that, but yeah, anyway. A nice dive bump. Yeah, I was wondering what was going on, because I was lifting like crazy, but they were just not catching up with me. Oh, that's close. That's very close. Wow. Oof. He scratched. Ah, now the server is restarting. But I mean, nothing much happened after that anyway. Turn 1 Reaper. That nice one. But I will not register. I'll just check how many people are in there. Uh-oh. Wait, what? Ah, registration opens. Ah, okay. I misread. Late time. So let's check the rating. I regained a little bit of this that I lost with all the silly crashes for multiple reasons in the past days. So event history, Bahrain. I forgot to read the chat. Uh-oh. If car overlap, leave car space. The issue with that is that it allows you to stick like 10 centimeters with your nose in, and the car head just has to yield, and that's not great. Plus 1.6 for Bahrain, which is nice. Ah, I was P9. I thought I was P9, P11, but still was nice to go from P9 to P2. And then let's see the Sebring one. Actually, I was ahead of 2 LMP2s even. Well, not just 2. Wow. 55 seconds behind LMP1 leader, LMP2 leader after 13 laps. With a 10-second difference. I mean, they had to box like 2 times even, no? LMP2 tank is just so small. Where is my music? Rank breakdown. That's some good rating. I mean, that's intermediate, right? So intermediate have more gain. And then back to max SR. That's nice. And before I close down the stream, I really want to check the replay of that battle at Bahrain. Replace. Race load. Because that battle at the start was crazy. The start itself was crazy. worth a look. Out of water. But there was something else that I wanted to talk about. Completely forgot. Maybe I wanted to cry a little bit more about iRacing and not making it in. Because those 35 milliseconds are just so painful. I need to keep talking of it. Like I was two tenths and a half away from the fastest iRacing drivers. Like in RF2, in any leaderboard, that would put me like maybe P20, P30. But in the drivers I was like P70. And then combined lap time with teammates, because top 2 combined count. It was P34 or something, and top 28 went through to the IMSA Global. Oh well, I forgot to start moving. Right. So, good initial launch, or fair initial launch, so that I could go ahead of the Toyota. But the Toyota decided it wants to go even more to the inside, so I decided I go left. It's funny to see how every time everyone runs very wide after that apex. Then we go 3 wide. Fortunately the Cadillac yielded position. I go for the inside. And get bonked. That's always scary when you go towards a braking zone and a car is kind of looking to be almost sideways, and then you just don't know if you can trust him to brake early, not to kill you. And of course he went straight into my rear, but luckily the balance was fine, so he actually helped me to turn a bit into the corner. And then a beautiful dive against a poor LMDH that just has no brakes. Nice through. What was that about? Wait, would I dare going for this move? Nah, you don't do that. I mean, he made it work, but like they're all already too wide, they're battling, and you're far away, but you still go for it. You know, street justice. 3 Porsches at the apex. That's a nice shot. Look at that. With better graphics details that would look nice. But now this kind of looks like iRacing. When zooming in, kind of washed out and a bit weird. Ah, and then Mr. BMW saw a gap. Of course. And of course went for it. It was all good until here. Yeah, misjudgment. These cars are big. There will always be a big overlap. That was scary. Full opposite lock. Almost. Ah, it was full. And the Cadillac was opportunistic. Wait, can I do this? For better FOV, oh yes. And then I try to recover around the outside. Of course will not work. The BMW comes back, but there is no real road around the outside, no rubber. And then I dive because Ferrari LMH brakes. There we go. At this point you just know that you're screwed. or left to the mercy. And the mercy was given to me. I made a nice exit. Ah, and then he dived still. With the Cadillac brakes, he made the Cadillac stop. Actually, the Cadillac actually stops on fresh tires and then it stops stopping. Did he dive again? Of course, almost. And after that it was cruising till the end and fuel saving. Alright, that was a very fun race. Yeah, Fabio, I saw your pace there. I was like, well, he's 1.6 faster per lap. I don't have a chance. So, well, got lucky by your full pit stop, you know. Anyway, this brings us to the end of today's stream. So thank you a lot for watching. Thank you for all the comments. It's always a nice pleasure to chat with you. Actually, I really have a nice chat, you know, if that's the correct English word for what's going on this window. Like, really good to have you guys. Pleasant chatting with you every time. So really grateful for that. It could, with streaming, it could always go very wrong with chat, but well, for me it's going well for now. So thank you for that. Have a great rest of the evening. Good night, and probably see you on the stream on Monza 8 Hours VC on Saturday. Bye bye. Wow, come on, where is professional streamer? Come on, let's do it. Stream ending, there we go.